Welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews. I am once again out here with the Citadel Boss 25 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun. I am going to be doing some more reliability testing with this shotgun. Today I have some more RECOIL buck 12 gauge, some Remington 12 gauge buckshot, 1275 velocity 12 pellets of 0 buck, not double-aught buck. I have some Olin military double-aught buckshot, 5 rounds of that. I have some Wolf 1-ounce slugs. I have some HERTERS 1-ounce slugs. And I have some reduced recoil buckshot and some Federal 12 gauge 1200 feet per second birdshot. That is number 8 shot. And I have some Winchester super target 7.5 inch. This stuff's only 1180 feet per second. So we'll see how it cycles. Now, I'm not really doing a whole lot of accuracy testing today. I'll do some with the slugs, but realistically, again, what I'm trying to find out is, will this shotgun reliably cycle different kinds of ammo? So I'm starting out, again, with the RECOIL 12 gauge double-aught buck, and I think these are like 1365 feet per second. So let's see how it works this time around with the RECOIL. And I just have random targets set up at 25 yards, 50, and 100. I'm not really trying to do much for accuracy. I will a little bit with the slugs, but let's just see how the buckshot works again. So far, so good on that. So that was 5 rounds of the RECOIL 12 gauge buckshot, 5 rounds of Federal buckshot. Both of those functioned great. And what I realized the last time I shot this cover at the end of the barrel loosens up after so many rounds, so I have to keep snugging that thing down. I'm not sure if that's something I have to worry about. Maybe once it gets hot, it'll start to tighten up and it won't loosen again. But let's go ahead here. Now this is that Olin military buckshot, double-aught buck. Let's see how this stuff does. This stuff's supposed to be some pretty good stuff. No idea what the velocity is. I hope it's not too hot because I still have the 1300 feet per second buffer in the rifle, or in the shotgun. And so that's that magazine. And this one, I'm gonna put some HERTERS 2 3/4 inch slugs, 1-ounce slugs. I'll put 5 of those, and we'll see how it does with that. All right, so this is the Olin military buckshot. Let's see how it goes. Safety first. This is Wolf 1-ounce slugs. These are 2 3/4 inch shells, but they're a little bit shorter than the Federal ones. So let's see how these do. so next I'm going to go to some of this Winchester Super Target 12 gauge 2 3/4, and this stuff is 1180 feet per second, so it's lower than what they recommend, but the 1200 foot per second stuff works great. So let's see how 1180 does. I'll do 10 rounds of this. You know, the whole reason I'm doing this, it may seem like I'm wasting expensive ammo, but as I've said in my videos before, it doesn't matter how cool a gun is. If it doesn't function with all kinds of ammo and it's not 100% reliable, I don't really want it. So I'm doing a bunch of testing with this thing. I'm going to put probably, close to 100 rounds through it today, all different varying weights and speeds, to make sure that this thing is going to be reliable. Now, is this going to be my go-to home defense gun? Probably not, but I still want to make sure it's reliable. So this is Winchester Super Target. Again, 2 3/4 inch shells, 7.5 shot, and they're 1 ounce of 7.5 shot, 1180 feet per second. And if you notice, I'm wearing my Kyle Rittenhouse shooting gloves. I wear these when it's cold out. You know in my old videos that I do this anyway, specifically because these things, just this little latex glove keeps your hands plenty warm when you're out here. And it's 36 degrees, it's a little bit windy, so I'm trying to make sure that I keep my hands nice and warm. So Winchester Super Target, let's see how she does. Didn't eject. So this is the stuff I shot last time I was out here. This is 1200 feet per second, Federal. And this stuff, I shot a whole box of it without a single issue last time. So I'm going to try again. And I know I'm supposed to be wearing safety glasses. I wear them as much as I can, but they fog up really bad when it's cold out, and it's cold out. So I really need to keep them on so they clear up. All right, so this is 1200 feet per second. So the difference between 1180 with 1 ounce of shot, and this is 1 1/8 ounce of shot with 1200 feet per second, just an 1/8 ounce more shot in 20 feet per second more. And this stuff may be a little bit hotter than 1200, but let's see the difference between this and that Winchester Super Target. here's 5 more, 1,200 feet per second. So that was some reliability testing with the Boss 25. You saw this Winchester Super Target 1125 feet per second. It did not like that ammo. I think anything below 1,200 feet per second is really outside the realm of reliability with this rifle, even with the lighter weight buffer. You saw I had to keep tightening up this heat shield on here. That's common. As it heats up, things loosen up, and you just keep snugging it down. By the time it cools off, it'll be nice and tight. But I did just put about 100 rounds through it, and a mix of, buckshot, birdshot, and slugs. This thing is awesome with slugs. I mean, I had to tweak the rear sight over about 2 clicks to get it on target, and I had 2 that were right next to the bullseye at 25 yards with those Wolf slugs. And you saw the flames come out of this thing. It's phenomenal. I love it. So I'm getting a little bit more confidence in this. I know anything over 1,200 feet per second, it seems to cycle fairly reliably. The recoil is plenty manageable on it. Loading the magazines isn't really that bad. It seems to function pretty well. Like I said before, it works just like an AR-15. You have a safety back here. The trigger's very similar, has the same bolt hold open, similar charging handle. This one, you cannot charge the charging handle when the safety is on, which some people like that. Or I should say, you can't charge the charging handle when the bolt's down if the safety's on. If you take the safety off, charge the charging handle and put the safety back on, you can rack the slide. So for some stupid reason, if your magazine got stuck and you wanted to clear it, you could just rack the slide to empty the magazine. I wouldn't recommend that. I don't really see an issue with that happening. I guess, like I said, though, theoretically the magazine could get stuck. Not very typical. Overall, I'm still pretty happy with this. I mean, I was going to get a red dot and put it on it, but honestly, the open sights on this thing at 25 and 50 yards, I was hitting the targets fairly well. And they're just AR-style flip-up standard sights. they're plastic, or mostly plastic, but they seem to work pretty well. They haven't loosened up. Like I said, when I first got this, the sights were on backwards. They flipped this way instead of flipping this way. And you can tell they're on backwards when you look at them from the factory, because on the side of the rear sight that faces the shooter are the tick marks to adjust the windage side to side. When I got this, and everyone I've seen in videos, those tick marks were facing forward when you folded up the rear sight. They're supposed to fold down towards the shooter like this. So they're supposed to fold down that way on the front and the rear sight. Not a big deal, it's one screw to flip them around. It's not 100% reliable yet, but I think if I fed it all good ammo, if I fed it all 1200 foot per second or higher ammo, I think this thing could be pretty reliable. And I didn't have any jams with buckshot and slugs this time around like I did last time. So maybe now that I have about 200 rounds through it, it's starting to break in, which is a good thing. So, thanks for watching another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews. Have a great day. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. God bless America. Remember to support your 2A rights. And once again, congratulations, Kyle Rittenhouse, on winning your trial. That was a huge win for the whole 2A community, and I hope it sets the groundwork for a lot of self-defense cases in the future. Have a great day.